I think maybe 7.
7. Part 7, Jonas.
Did you want to talk about Tarkovsky?
I have a sentence of yeah, sure. Yes, Jonas.
So there were also a reference in your notes to Tarkovsky's book called Sealed Time, which I'm not familiar with, and I'm very curious because his film work is very interesting. Was that more about his film work?
It's about what he's thinking when he's shooting some movies. Mm-hmm. Really, I love his movie. It's a long time since I've seen some of his movie, but it's really interesting. As a creator of he's talking about books, about life. I mean, I have a few.
To me, his work, I think of it in terms of being situational. Of how people interact, even in
it's true.
environments. In a spaceship, where one of the crew people thinks he sees his wife who passed away on the ship with him.
Which movie are you talking about? And what is important, most important in Tarkovsky is that he's always filmed in nature most of the time. Yeah. Nature with fire, water, trees. Yes. All the elements are there. It's a bit like let me find his name. The guy who did the New World, famous movie maker. I'm going to come back to me. Really spiritual, also movie maker. Mm-hmm. So Tarkovsky said, when I speak of the aspiration to beauty, we were just talking about that, of the ideal as the ultimate goal of art, which stems from an ardent desire of this ideal, I'm not suggesting for a moment that art should flee the dirt of the world. Mm. That's an important sentence, It's go exactly to what I'm doing, because people think that sexuality is the dirt of the world. But you need to be, if you want to make art, you need to use shit, you need to use peace and death. There's no other way around. That's why Jérôme Bosch is so important. He's talking about all that. Yeah. And it's a lot of humor also into his work. And you cannot only put a painting on the wall and Goya painted the cannibal, and that's a reality somewhere, Yeah.
That is right, yeah.
So, and the book he wrote is interesting.
He's touching on aspects of Thanatos and death and sexuality, death and life.
Yeah.
The persistence of continuity of
and memory. It's also memory. Yeah.
Okay, that's very important now.
Yeah, no,
You know, because now things get to a point where the world becomes totally existential.
Yeah.
From moment to moment, you don't know if there's going to be a world.
Mm.
You know, and this is what's, you know, and there's something that's not being addressed in terms of what has been called the monsters of the id, the reptilian aggression that really is in the reptilian part of the core of the brain.
Mm.
And that's what's being allowed to flourish rather than culture, rather than art, rather than beauty and love and sexuality. And there's an alternative world, but it's not strong enough by definition.
Yeah, but
because they're not seeing what art is. This is the problem in the art world. Is people are so really frightened, forced into a state of fear.
Exactly.
They can't reach across that to understand the beauty of culture and why that's so important.
Yeah. It's a bit sad statement.
Sorry,
No.
This week, I woke up with, terror, being terrorized by things that are happening.
Yeah, because nowadays there's this war between Palestine and Israel, and Iran now, and Ukraine.
We don't want the world to be numbered. To see the achievements of civilization being just destroyed, vaporized, that's where we are. We're in the danger of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish there was some way we could send this out into the universe, like they did with the Pioneer spacecraft. That this is where we are. Here's some music that we did. Here's some drawings, a figure of a female and a male going out into the other part of the galaxy.
So it's pleasure.
Because we might not be here.
Yeah.
If you come searching for us, don't look too hard.
Yeah. You wanted to ask me any other questions?
There's things that you had referenced, and I don't want to, Fernando Pessoa.
I don't know where you found this quotation, because
I think it was on your...
Oh, because I read I tried...
The Polyphonies.
Oh, maybe. I tried to read this book, Le Livre de l'Intranquillité in French, but I couldn't finish it. I found it really boring, but maybe I should read it again. But I think he's a nice guy. But
well, here's the quote.
Yeah.
If you want to read, that's a good quote.
Which one?
William S. Burroughs.
What does a money machine eat? It eats youth, sentimentality, like little beauty. And above all, eat creativity, eat quality and craps
quantity.
Yeah, crap out quantity. I like this quotation.
Yeah, I saw that was in your notes too.
Yeah.
He was a prophet in my.
Yeah.
Yes.
You met him also. You met him also?
No.
But you met Ginsberg and.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I like to read.
Poets,
Yeah. All those poets I'm reading. I mean. I love Kerouac. I almost read all of his books.
Oh, I did meet Burroughs, in fact. Yes.
Yeah.
In Tangier. Briefly, just
briefly.
Yeah, he smiled at me. Because I had been on the ship with John Giorno going from New York to Casablanca, and he was going to.
Wow. He
was going to see Burroughs and Brian Geisen in Tangier. So when I was.
And Ginsberg?
No, not Ginsberg.
Okay. Yeah. But he's talking about that in his diary. Yeah, I read that. Yeah. Wow. Oh, you have such a life. I mean, Jonas, it's such an honor.
Well, it's a matter of kind of like synchronicity. It's one of my fortunes. I've been poor most of my life, but.
Yeah, but that means a good life is not always being rich. I mean.
I had to get here. That was the most important thing I wanted to do. I don't want to be the last in the world. So
Yeah. And you want to quote some other writer, or?
as you wish.
Because
here's a list of other ones that
I found,
you want to
yeah,
mention.
I found, because I know
Snow leopard.
yeah, I know you collecting, you're showing mostly outsider artists.
No, not some.
I mean,
Mixed, yeah.
yeah, but most of them are, I mean, a lot of them are outsider artists.
Yeah.
You agree? I mean, Johnes, every
Yeah.
time I went to see some show at your place, some crazy guy, and they were doing great paintings. Yeah.
Yes.
So I wanted to quote Jean Dubuffet,
Oh, good.
because he opened, that's him who opened the Musée de l'Art Brut in Lausanne. Unfortunately, we couldn't go that time, you know. But he say, I'm convinced that art has a lot to do with madness. Madness is a state of super mental health. Normality is psychotic. Normality means lack of imagination, lack of creativity. Those are good sentences.
Exactly.
Maybe you want to talk about the artists you've been showing, or I don't know.
Well, this is something that I've written about also, and I mean, it has to do with this. It has to do with how we perceive schizophrenia, and and the problem is it's ignored or believed to be something to be cured, so that the symptoms of symbolic understanding are just like washed away. You know, and the problem is that the behavior associated with schizophrenia sometimes, like with Bartleby,
Yeah.
he was not the sick man. He was, you know, a doctor of the sick world, the sick America. And he was, you know, his mentality, his intelligence was really just lost in the shovel.
Yeah. Same as Van Gogh and also Soutine. Soutine gets some troubles. Yeah. A lot of artists are lost. I mean, that's the problem. Yeah. Maybe the world is not have been done for artists. That's why we are l'autre côté de la lune. We are the other side of the moon. We are, you know, we are different.
Sublunar.
We are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to quote Thomas Bernard. I don't know if you know the guy.
Sure.
Yeah. He's talking about what artists are doing most of the time. And he was living in Vienna, where you just came from. And he hates the Viennese artists. He hates them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And he say, I recommend everybody to read this book. He say, the painter didn't paint what they should have painted, but only what they were commissioned to paint, or what brought them money or fame. What brought them money or fame. Yeah. So it's somehow it's true. When you see art history like Rembrandt and, you know, I mean, all those big painters, they painted for the power all the time. But they didn't have any other choice, and you need to make money in order to continue your work. Yeah.
The tragedy of Van Gogh.
Yeah.
And I frequently quote the first scene in Robert Altman's film with Vincent and Theo.
With Douglas? Carl Douglas?
Yeah, because what it's where Theo has come to Vincent's hovel where he's living. Vincent is laying on his cot, chomping on his pipe, and he's going, "My life is shit. No one gives a damn what I do. I could be dead. Doesn't matter. All my art doesn't mean anything to anybody." And Theo keeps saying, "Wait, Vincent, wait." And Vincent keeps saying, "I'm waiting. I've been waiting all my life. Nothing happened. Nothing is ever going to happen." What Altman did was so powerful. He took the footage from the auction at Christie's and undercut the scene, the soundtrack. So you see Christie's, you see the auctioneer We have the lot. This is Vincent van Gogh, irises.
What, 20 million?
Do I hear 5 million, 10 million, 15, 20, 53 million?
So Altman did. Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's true.
It really is. You know, and we don't want to be in that period forever, where the understanding, the appreciation, the meaning of art is dismissed in favor of nonsense that has no bearing on the inner meaning of life, the inner meaning of reality.
Exactly.
What you're doing, Jean-Pierre, is very pertinent in terms of this, in terms of life, in terms of experience, in terms of the meaning of the soul.
Oh, thank you,
I really mean it.
Thank you, Jonas. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre, for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to finish.
If you'd like to read some more, please.
Yeah, just I want to finish with this nun. That's the second time I'm finishing my interview with this woman. Her name is Marguerite Porrette.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Le miroir des âmes simples et anéanties. That means the mirror of simple soul and destroy and simple soul. Yeah. Destroy, lost. And she's a woman. Oh man, I didn't translate that. I will read to you in French, I'm sorry.
That's
It's
okay.
happened.
And then it just translates.
Yeah, sure, without subtitles. I'm sorry, I'm deeply sorry.
No, apologize.
Oui. Donc,
Oui.
ouais. Marguerite Porrette est une femme de lettres mystique et chrétienne du courant des Béguines, née vers 1250. She was burned because she wrote this book. Brûlée en place de Grève à Paris, France, le 1er juin 1310 avec son livre « Le miroir des âmes simples ». Elle compte au nombre des martyrs de la liberté de penser. Freedom to speak. It's Wikipedia. It is in chapter 85. Amour. Cette âme est libre, plus que libre, parfaitement libre, suprêmement libre, à sa racine, en son tronc, en toutes ses branches et en tous les fruits de ses branches. Pour moi, c'est la définition parfaite de la liberté. Et les artistes doivent être libres. Artists must be free, whatever happened to them. So, thanks again, Jonas, for coming today. It was such a... I hope people will enjoy your interview and hope we have a nice day today. It's a bit sunny. We're going to have a lunch together. And goodbye to everyone, and I hope we're doing fine wherever you live. And Jonas, à bientôt, mon ami. Ciao.
More than a pleasure, a joy in my life.
Thank you, Jonas. Okay.
My long-lost friend.
Ah, yeah. And please say hello to Miguel in New York.
I will, of course, Miguel Bartiera. Yes.
Ok, c'est la fin. Bye. Merci, Jonas.
Beaucoup. Merci.